What's going on, everybody? C4, welcome back to the channel, and today's little quick fun special rebuild is inspired by an actual legitimate dream I had last week. I'll set the tone for you. It's the 2023 NFL Draft. We're about 5 hours away from the Seattle Seahawks getting ready to make a pick with their first overall selection, and this is what pops up. So in this dream, what if, the Ravens and Lamar Jackson can't hammer home a contract extension? What if they're super far away on the evaluation and how Lamar wants to get compensated? I mean, Lamar's his own agent at this point. So, you're sitting there a couple hours before the 2023 draft starts. I feel like goes, hey, that Lamar thing's getting a little dicey. How about this? We'll give you 2 first-round picks this year so you can go get his successor. We'll give you a first-round pick next year, so it kind of is in at least the same ballpark of the Deshaun Watson trade from the Texans and the Cleveland Browns. We'll give you 3 firsts. You give us Lamar. Lamar will be our franchise going forward. What if that happened, man? It's a dream. I'm not saying this is what's going to happen. I'm not saying, C4, I'm going to make a bold, super hot take that Philly's going to trade for Lamar Jackson. But it's a possibility, especially if this contract situation with Lamar and the Ravens doesn't get ironed out. It's going to be just more and more likely that he won't be a member of the Baltimore Ravens. And of all the teams that could be interested in Lamar Jackson, Philly seems like a pretty good fit. So that is what we're going to do today. We're going to go through 5 years of Lamar Jackson on the Eagles, all based off of a C4 dream. And we're going to see if we win a couple Super Bowls. My mug off the screen here. Look at that. Soak it in. Lamar Jackson for the Philadelphia Eagles. 25 years old, superstar X Factor, 87 overall, and right out the gate already a scheme fit for the most part. Improviser scrambler is what we're looking for. Not surprising. He's just literally better than Jalen Hurts at everything that Jalen Hurts is good at. And that's not a catching strays for Jalen. It's just fact of the matter. This guy's an MVP. He is electrifying. He is as electrifying as any other quarterback in the NFL. Now, coming to Philadelphia, we got a lot better skill position players than what they have in Baltimore. So maybe some of those struggles we've seen over the last couple of years for Baltimore, they're going to be a thing of the past. And Lamar Jackson is going to lead this team to multiple Super Bowls, multiple MVPs. Let's get into it. Year 1 of 5. Honestly, like this move that we made last time, I'm going to do it again. We're going to send Andre Dillard to the Denver Broncos so we can get Lloyd Cushenberry, 72. He has a star dev, and for us, we're going to slide him in to right guard. I like that. We can carry that over. Copy and paste from the last Eagles rebuild. It worked out. After giving up all those draft picks, I do think we should try to, move some of our extra depth. So we're going to actually follow a trade that we made in that can Jalen Hurts win a Super Bowl with the Eagles, where we sent Andre Dillard to the Broncos to get Lloyd Cushenberry, 72. He is a star dev at center. We're going to make him our starting right guard. We also sent Jalen Hurts. I mean, he still is an upgrade over some other quarterbacks to the Seattle Seahawks for a 3rd and a 4th round pick. I probably could have got a 2nd. Let's keep it on the little bit of the more realistic end. We'll take a 3 and a 4. All right, put a shirt on. It's time to get into the contracts, What I will say is Kelsey usually retires at the end of year 1, and for the sake of we need a lot of money this window, I'm not going to re-sign him. But if he doesn't retire, I will beat out any other bid on the open market. It's just I think he's retired in the 2 Eagles rebuilds we've done year 1. So we're going to have to prioritize guys that we re-sign here, and it's the 2 newcomers that absolutely need to get their contract first. I'm happy to see Lamar Jackson. It's not going to take a lot. We could most likely, this is ridiculous money, but we could most likely just offer him this neutral contract, 6 years, $266 million, and he takes that. I don't know what exactly the number that's been rumored. I mean, I assume if you're watching this as a Ravens fan, you'd be like, oh, it's this. Feel free to leave a comment of like, what, if any, has there been like any contracts that they've talked about with Lamar, like figures? Is he looking for 200, 300, 350? Chauncey Gardner-Johnson needs more money. He is tough to re-sign, but we will come with an improved offer. And I really think everybody else, I like Kaiser White. He always plays very, very good for us. If he'll take this 4-year 34, which he will, that's fine. So we'll definitely come back with Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. And again, I can't do it, man. Even, as much as I say that, even if I got to give Kelsey the money. We got to pay his due. But we will come back for Chauncey Gardner-Johnson and still have decent amount of money, which is not too shabby for this team after paying Lamar $250 million. All right, it's going to be a grind for Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. If he pops a dev, if he plays very well, we can always just franchise tag him. It's like $12 million. Not too bad. At the end of year 1 for Lamar Jackson here with the Philadelphia Eagles, we go 13-4. We win the NFC East, and it's unfortunate we didn't get that first round bye, but we get to take on the Niners in a matchup that absolutely looks like we will be favored. And You guys see that stat line for Lamar Jackson? 5,200 yards passing, third in the NFL, 46 passing touchdowns, 17 interceptions. He also had 500 yards on the ground, 6 rushing touchdowns. So Lamar finishes with, I mean, it's a little exaggerated, but almost 6,000 yards, closer to 6,000 yards than not, and 52 total touchdowns. Weren't getting that with those numbers with Jalen Hurts. Solid year to Miles Sanders as well, 12 and 13. We had 93 catches, 1,400 yards, 18 touchdowns for the former Heisman Trophy winning wide receiver Devontae Smith. 1,200 yards, 10 touchdowns for A.J. Brown, 9 and 8 for Goddard, almost 9 and 6 for Quez Watkins. On the defensive side of the ball, Nakobe Dean led the team, 132 tackles, 4 interceptions, 114 there for Kaiser White. Happy we got that contract situation figured out. Hassan Riddick, 14.5 sacks, 14 sacks Fletcher Cox, 9 from Josh Sweat. Really, the only guy that doesn't seem to sim well is Jordan Davis, unfortunately. 6 picks for Slay. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson did have 3 interceptions. Still leaning toward, because I'm so biased, just franchise tagging him. I don't want to let him walk, and we can afford really, bringing him back on the tag. Yearly awards MVP goes to Justin Herbert, just beating out Lamar Jackson, a runner-up for the MVP award. Offensive Player of the Year is Cooper Kupp. Donald, we got Nakobe Dean, Defensive Rookie of the Year, so he should be primed for a dev trade increase up to a star dev. I don't know about that. But Lamar, runner-up for Quarterback of the Year. Lloyd Cushenberry is Lineman of the Year, the man we traded for. Sent Andre Dillard. He might get that dev. He could be a superstar. When all is said, we're getting a great roll of the dice here for our players. Year 1 of this Lamar Jackson Eagles C4 Dream Rebuild. Now, the only way that this is only going to feel good, we got to go. I want to see at least 2 playoff victories, because playoffs, that's the knock against Lamar, man. The playoff success has not been there with the Ravens, and a 1-point loss. I can't put that on him. He did his job. 300 yards, 3 touchdowns for Lamar Jackson, and our defense just couldn't get a stop. Trey Sermon, who should be on the Eagles roster, gets a touchdown there. But, I mean, on one hand, classic Lamar, can't win the playoffs, but also that is an outstanding stat line for him. It wasn't his fault. Still disappointing, though, to be one and done. So here real quick, our 2 award winners. Did they go up, Dev? Nakobe Dean, Defensive Rookie of the Year, very close with the boost to be an 80 overall. Hopefully he brings that momentum back next season. But he is now up to a star dev. We also can take a look at Lloyd Cushenberry, the Lineman of the Year. A little too far off scheme fit for me to want to be wasting points there. We'll continue to pump him into power. And he, damn it, did not get a superstar dev. I thought he did, and he lost it. What? No way, we're fixing that. I am fixing that's bullshit. Year 1 of the rebuild Super Bowl goes to the Chiefs, beating the Bucs 31-20. And for our squad, after we corrected the robbery, which was Lloyd Cushenberry's dev trait, here's a look as we cleared our lockers where the team stands for their dev traits. Offensively, we got Cushenberry with the new superstar. Devontae Smith is also a newcomer to the superstar club after his outstanding season. Defensively, we have Darius Slay going up to a superstar X Factor. And Kaiser White, alongside Nakobe Dean, is now a star dev. So, really, I think the only decision we still have to left to do is franchise tag Chauncey Gardner-Johnson for another season, and then hopefully next year we can get that long-term contract extension and crush the draft. Kelsey didn't retire, baby. He's coming back. And we are picking up the 1-year, $11.3 million tag for Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. All right, fellas, we are now in the draft. Don't have a first-round pick because of the Lamar Jackson trade. Didn't sign anybody in free agency. There was nothing that was really tickling my fancy. So we are now here into the draft. 3 positions in need. We have corner, and unfortunately, I think the best corner, and a guy that's going to be good, doesn't really fit outside, inside too much. I don't know how much that would really weigh against us. I am most likely going to get Langford here. I'm going to talk you through it, though, because of no first-round pick, and there are just limited day 2 players that I really like. We're going to be aggressive in trying to get them. Langford, I think, will be pretty good. I'm not sure which of the 2 linebackers I like the most. We have Radovich, pass coverage linebacker. We got to get that TJ Edwards replacement. He has the B tackle, B zone coverage unveiled. We have Lance Freeman, same kind of range. He has that A zone coverage, which so far has kind of been a tell to me that you're going to be a damn good linebacker. Obviously, that's a skill set that we also want. And we let Miles Sanders walk in free agency, and there's 2 really nice looking running backs that I think we should take a swing at. One is Ben Barnett out of Louisville. We got the A ball carrier vision, A break tackle. The B carrying's a little bit on the light end. Or we have Peyton Hillis 2.0. Emmett Sawyer out of Florida State, 224 power back, A ball carrier vision, got the A carrying, both the combines for those running backs. Fairly similar Sawyer's a little bit better. He had the third 40-yard dash, 6 in the 3-cone. Those are usually two pretty important. I would like to see the shuttle a little bit better, but he's a power back. I think we now just got, like, these are our targets. We have to go which is going to be the most likely player to go off the board first. So we are going to go and grab Brandon Langford up first. The corner out of Ole Miss. Oh, so dev. I think those will have a decent rating, but damn it, man. I was hoping for a dev there. Of course, pick one in the third round. Our running back just went off, so now we're kind of stuck in like, well, we only have one running back we like. We still have 2 linebackers we like on the board. So we'll grab our running back here first, and then we'll have to probably be aggressive and trade up to get one of those linebackers on. But Emmett Sawyer is hopefully going to pull a dev trade here and be a true successor to Miles Sanders, and it looks pretty damn good. 5'11", 224, 93 acceleration, 92 speed, and he is still classified as a power back. That looks pretty damn good. All right, so we gave Houston our 3rd this year, our 7th this year, and a future 4th to move up about 15, 20 spots in the 3rd round. Fair value here to pick 4, so we can go grab one of our linebackers here. The reason why I'm showing this live is I'm pretty confident, like I look through everybody, that these guys are going to be good players. Let's go with the better athlete out of Radovich or Freeman. Radovich, we got on the combine pretty good. 40-yard dash. Okay. What do we got for Freeman? Best athlete's going to win in this situation. They're actually both pretty damn good, all things considered. I'll go Radovich. We'll go Radovich. Come on, Dev. Damn it! Late round, did get a hidden dev here on a depth safety, just in case we can't come to a contract extension for Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, and or we want to look for an upgrade over Marcus Epps. Might have a day 1 starter here. And take a look at our draft recap. All the dev traits weren't there. The ratings are solid. Oh, Radovich. 62. Maybe that is a little bit of fool's gold when you see the A zone coverage there. Langley, our hidden dev safety, 66. Sawyer is a 76 hidden dev running back. That is outstanding. That makes up for the fact Langford 75 with the normal. So year 2 for Lamar Jackson here in the Philadelphia Eagles. Changes on the offensive side of the ball. Sawyer is going to be our new running back, replacing Miles Sanders. Rather than that, very limited turnover. I expect a high-powered offense. Defensively, you know, we didn't get to quite replenish everything that we were losing through the draft, but Langford will be our corner there. Langley will have an opportunity at free safety. We signed Davion Taylor back off the practice squad, and we'll see if he can kind of get his career to come around full circle as the starter at linebacker. But even though we might not be as strong as we were on paper last year, still think this team is absolutely a Super Bowl contender. All right, year 2 contracts for Philadelphia Eagles. Lloyd Cushenberry, aka Lineman of the Year. Oh my God, man, I will say that this free agency is very annoying in Madden 23, and I mean that in like, I don't want to say, I mean that in the best sense of the word, because it's like you can't, it generally is more difficult to try to re-sign everybody, especially when you're a damn good team like this. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing with Kelsey that we thought about doing last year. I think we're gonna let him walk. Man, we do not have enough money to re-sign any of these guys. All right, we got to do Slay because our secondary scares me a little bit more than my D-line does, because at least we can have Jordan Davis be the successor to Fletcher Cox. But like, we have not enough money to really get either one of those guys to re-sign right now. Wonder what the tag looks like for a guard. All right, literally with 0 money, we were able to re-sign and extend Lloyd Cushenberry. So the only player that like I really plan, I know, just we don't have enough money for wide receiver 3 at this point. But Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, can't, man. Pains me to say it, just no way. And he never has any interest re-signing here anyways. So year 2 for the Eagles, we go 12-5, win the NFC East back-to-back seasons, and we get the first round bye this year. Take a look at the stats. Does seem like wasn't as OP for Lamar, but still a very good season. 4,700 yards passing, 35 touchdowns, 13 picks. We have running the ball, 1,300 yards, 20 touchdowns for Emmett Sawyer, who came out star dev. I mean, that would have been cool if that was superstar, but hell of a year. 5 and 6 there for Lamar. On the receiving end, Devontae Smith, the chemistry those two guys have right now is outstanding. 1,300 yards, 13 touchdowns, 1,000 yards, 9 tutties for Goddard. So he's kind of filling in that Mark Andrews role. 8 yards shy of 1,000 for A.J. Brown. Good year from him. Quez was solid as well. Defensively, Kaiser White led the team in tackles. Dean second place with 4 picks as well. 12 sacks, Hassan Riddick. 10.5 for Fletcher Cox. 6.5 for Josh Sweat. 13 TFLs, 4 sacks, Jordan Davis. And Slay, who we got that contract extension worked out, led the team, 5 interceptions. Looking at the yearly awards, MVP goes to Patrick Mahomes. And Tyler Huntley, man, shout out to him. Lamar coming in at number 6 in the MVP race. In the NFC for outright award winners, Emmett Sawyer, Offensive Rookie of the Year, so should be optimistic. He will be a Goldie boy. Get that star dev come the end of the season. For the rest of the awards, nothing. But I will take the Rookie of the Year because that is very prime for a dev trade. And we are in, yet again, another situation here where at least we can't lose in the opening round, but we need to find that postseason success that has kind of eluded Lamar Jackson so far in his career. This up, we got the Bucs, which is a tough assignment in the NFC. They are very difficult to beat. And it's more of the same. Our stacked, okay, at least was this Lamar last year, even though it still fed into, you know, Lamar can't win. He had a great game. This year, I mean, was it our defense falling flat again? I mean, Lamar, he had a good game. I wouldn't say it's a great game, but if you lose to Josh Rosen, it's no other way. There's not really any other way you can cut it, then that's very disappointing. Year 2 finishes with Josh Rosen and the Bucs winning the Super Bowl. Come on, Lamar. Come on, Lamar. If they can do it. Looking at our team as we close out year 2 as far as dev traits are concerned. On the offense, Sawyer getting the Offensive Rookie of the Year, goes up to a superstar. Kelsey lost his superstar. Hopefully he retires. We don't have to worry about that. Defensively, Fletcher Cox lost his superstar. But we had no money to re-sign him. So, I mean, you know, he's hitting free agency, I guess, at the right time. Slay, X Factor still. Langley, unveiled. Here's our one of 2 hidden dev players. Just a star dev. As, you know, he's got to step up because Chauncey Gardner-Johnson is also going to be heading to free agency. And okay, we must have found a little bit of money on the couch. 44 million bucks. All right, Kelsey still just hasn't retired. Oh, he would never say that. Little Fletch. I mean, at this point here, I think we come back with a big offer for Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. One more swing for the fences. We'll give him 6.5, 5.5 on 6 years. Go fuck yourself. So there's a third option, but at least we got Fletcher Cox back on a 1-year deal. Don't have to immediately draft a defensive tackle with our first pick. All right, it's been rough in terms of contracts, but at least we hit here a little bit. Got Grant Telpit to come in and replace Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. He's younger. His rating is, I think he's 6 points overall less, but he's half the price. So we'll take that as a win, and we're just going to have another strong draft here with no premier picks. We are also going to pick up the 5th-year option for one of the best young wide receivers in the NFL, Devontae Smith. The chemistry he has with Lamar has been outstanding in this video. Around the clock, pick 24 in the second round. Literally everyone that I want. I've just been like focusing too on guys round 2, 3. Everyone I wanted except a wide receiver. And the wide receiver is very much just let's get Quez replacement for wide receiver 3. And it is a position need. I had wide receiver, getting younger defensive tackle, still looking for a linebacker, and all the good linebackers are off the board. And you can still argue 2 corner because you got Slay on the 1-year rental. And all the good corners are also gone. So I think we're just going to swing on the only player left on my board, and that was just gambling on the speed and deep route running ability of Randall Benjamin. The rest of his stats aren't particularly good. You see F catching. This is like where it's just like, do you trust Madden? Do you trust the tendencies of drafting? Or do you trust the scouting report? You see F catching, you're like, I can't take that player. You see the A deep route running, you see the athleticism, you're like, well, this guy's going to be a freak. You know, we're swinging for the fences here. 93 acceleration, 95 change of direction, 94. I'll say this, and if you haven't picked up on any of my drafts before, any of the other games, dev traits are almost always tied and attached to the players that are free combine guys. Guys that have, you know, the A catching, guys that have the A route running, but they run, you know, 4.6, 4.7. They might have that like 74, 75, 76 rating. They're almost a normal dev. So we gambled. We went straight speed, straight athleticism. F catching is brutal. I can only imagine what that's going to be. It's probably going to be like a 72, 73 catching, but he does have the dev trait. He does have the speed. That's what we're looking for to replace Quez. We have another second round pick. I know we have Jurgens. This guy just looks pretty much can't miss. Might have a dev. If he has a dev, he's going to have a higher ceiling than Jurgens. We let Kelsey walk. He didn't retire. He went somewhere else, took the bag. And the most unlikely thing that would ever happen in this rebuild. Even more so than the Eagles making that trade for Lamar Jackson, it's Kelsey going to play for another team that's not Philly. But we'll just see here. We can get a good center. Oh, there's no dev. Damn it. And for our draft recap, I mean, it's tough to crush the draft when you don't have first-round picks. I think we did. How is this guy? I was expecting, 68, 69. How do you have F catching 74? So it was in the ballpark. I was saying 72, but it's athlete again. Just go with the athlete. When in doubt, I would say this: at minimum, with this selection, you could see that F catching shouldn't F in almost anything. Can't necessarily put you off a prospect if they have a great combine. But I will say, at minimum, if you're you have a guy with better stats, you have a guy with better combine, they're still pretty close. At least from this, always go with the guy with the better combine, especially if you're chasing dev traits. We did not get much else in terms of dev traits. Burris, I mean, we're no further ahead than Cam Jurgens here. A little bit of a wasteful pick. Get a decent-looking linebacker, Carter Olson, 71, hidden dev, great speed, which is pretty much, he had B-zone coverage and was very fast, so that's why we took him. And the rest of the draft, depth, 67, 68, 62, not too shabby. Unfortunately, we still have another draft. No, wait, this is our last draft. We get a first-round pick next year, so hopefully we can start hitting some legit guys. But still, that's pretty good. 3 guys in the 70s, 1 hidden dev. We'll take that. Year 3 for the Eagles and Lamar Jackson. Offense, I actually didn't even mention. Goddard went from star up to a superstar last year. Got a brand new center. We have Benjamin, who's going to be replacing Quez Watkins, but the offense is mostly running it back the same defensively. Not a whole lot of crazy changes as well, except we're going to go Grant Delpit at safety, who we signed in free agency, over John Scatter Johnson. I'm going to go Olsen, the third-round linebacker, is going to get his opportunity to be the third head of this great linebacking core of Nakobe Dean and Kaiser White. So again, regular season success has not been a problem in this rebuild. We are still searching for a first playoff victory. Let's get it this year, please. If Josh Rosen just won the Super Bowl, Lamar Jackson can do the same. Year 3 contract extensions, easily been my least favorite part of the rebuild. I just don't know why we've had so many players that have zero interest in staying here. We've been very good, which is weird. We got Avonte Maddox. I'd like to give him actually a 2-year deal. Get him here until he's 30, so we don't have to worry about any sort of regression. Landon Dickerson on the offensive line, we'll give him very player-friendly. Again, why are still red? Why is it all the way red? That doesn't make any sense. Probably can move on from Fletch. I mean, even at this point in his career, though, that's not brutal contract. Just over $10 million for a serviceable starter there. Josh Sweat also needs to get paid. He's been pretty damn good for us. We'll give him a 3-year, get him till he's 30. Give him for the remainder of the rebuild. You know what I'm saying? He's pretty good at defensive end. Son Reddick, I think we definitely have to pick and choose here just a little bit. We'll give Slay the 1-year deal. Offer if you'll take, might not actually. We'll give him a 2-year. It's getting a little pricey. I think Slay might be leaving. As year 3 comes to a close, still the exact same. Divisional title, 3 straight, 12-5. And it hasn't been the issue, though. It's the postseason. We can get to the postseason. It's all about what we do in the postseason that makes it so damn tough so far in this rebuild. 5,000 yards passing for Lamar, 39 touchdowns, 6 picks, outstanding. Sawyer had almost 1,300 yards, 17 touchdowns, 600 yards, 11 touchdowns for Lamar Jackson. So that's just a casual 50 bomb from him. Huge years of Devontae. A.J. Brown over 1,000 yards. Goddard over 1,000 yards. Randall Benjamin, 8-4. Stepping in for Quez Watkins. He had hidden dev. It's a star. I mean, if a guy that, even regardless of the combine, had F catching on his scouting report, and if he's pulling superstar, I mean, that would personally, even for me, make me rethink about how I look at some of these draft prospects. But luckily, it's a star. Even the hidden dev I thought was ridiculous, but at least it's a star. It's not too crazy. So, still very happy with that pick. Defensively, White and Dean, both tackle machines. 12.5 sacks to Son Riddick, who's going to free agency. 4 picks for Slay, who unfortunately, unless we find a lot of money on the couch like we did last year, is going to free agency. Happy to see Langford, corner we drafted year 1, get 4 picks. The production is starting to show up there. Yearly awards MVP goes to Lamar Jackson, his 2nd MVP award. And I guess, honestly, for me, that just piles on that much more pressure for him to get postseason success, because yet again, different team still can light up the regular season, but what can you do for us in the postseason? Look at the award winners here. Lamar Jackson is quarterback of the year. Lloyd Cushenberry again is line. How is he getting it? That was our right guard. Continue to get it over like Lane Johnson. I would love Mailata to get it. Mailata to go up to a superstar, but not in the cards. So year 3, we have a chance against the Commanders. Come on, man. Are you kidding me? 3rd straight 1 and done with the MVP. Like I'm at this point, I'm convinced that there's like a curse. Like they've programmed Lamar to be god-awful in the playoffs. And he's not even god-awful. That wasn't a bad stat line. They just made it so if Lamar's in the playoffs, he loses. All right, there's no dev traits, up or down, so I'm not going to waste your time. But what I will waste your time is that we found more money under the couch. We got Darius Slay, who changed his tune, absolutely interested in re-signing with the squad. Man, he played really well. I almost feel like we got to reward him for being so good, but then we have no salary cap. No, I'm gonna gamble there might be a bigger upgraded pass rush here than Riddick. And there's not much at defensive end. I mean, you got like Kwity Paye, but even then, like at that price point, you'd be like, let's just re-sign Riddick. You got Judon, we got Troyan Shoyinka. We do have first-round picks. Maybe we just go edge first-round pick in the draft. Hopefully it's a stud. Given the state of our defensive line right now, we are also going to pick up the fifth-year option on Jordan Davis. Cannot be stressed how bad this draft class is for pass rush. Like, literally, I'm not getting any edge rushers available at linebacker. I mean, maybe they're all off the board before we can pick. All these guys suck, man. And of course, like the guys that are like, oh, well, they're still in the first round bubble. Like they're they're fucking 3-4 guys. I think we're gonna go Joe Winslow, I guess. Hey, hidden dev, take it. All right, I'm gonna go check these freaking ribs. Let's get through our draft recap. It was light draft. Best of the bunch here, at least was at a position of need. Welcome, Joe Winslow, to the Philadelphia Eagles. 80 accelerator. I mean, look at the power move, finesse move. 70 power move, 62 finesse. What a weird player. Year 4, again, not much has changed on the team. Lamar is coming back as the reigning defending MVP. We got Winslow, a defensive end, over Riddick. Win! For contract negotiations, we're off to a great start. 4 wins, 2 losses. We'll give Nakobe Dean. We got $77 million that we're working with. Again, just incredibly frustrating that every time we have a player that's been like a good player that we want to negotiate, for the most part, they've had very low interest starting points. So we've been overpaying for a lot of guys to stay here on a very good team, which is, you might want to doubt the realism of that a little bit. We'll give Lane Johnson a 1-year deal. See if, unlike Kelsey, he will retire a Philadelphia Eagle. Devontae Smith, who might be one of the best wide receivers in the NFL right now, absolutely need to retain him. His chemistry with Lamar Jackson is second to none. And, well, I've not had the game crash at this point, but I would also like to extend Dallas Goedert. Psych! Don't have enough money. Year 4 comes with our first non-division winning season, but still 9-8. Which, again, this rebuild is almost corresponding to the Jalen Hurts video that we did. Don't worry, there's not going to be 8 more Eagles rebuilds coming up on the channel. But 9-8, which is, for a 91 overall team, 96 offense, it's a little disappointing, all things considered. Take a look at the stats here this year very quickly. Lamar still played very well. Interceptions are definitely up, though. 18 picks. That's like, 10 more picks than he had last year? 13 and 14 for Sawyer. Lamar kind of down across the board here right now. Devontae continues to crush it, 1,400 yards leading that room, 149 tackles, 3 picks. Nakobe Dean, outstanding season, 9 sacks. Josh Sweat, 7 for Jordan. So Jordan Davis is stepping up. Those are the best sim numbers I think we've got so far in any Eagles-related video. Winslow, 17 TFLs. He did have the hidden dev star. I mean, it would have been nice if he got superstar or something like that, because ultimately he was a little bit of an underwhelming pick. But we will take that. And oh my God, see, I got to get on a better upload. I'm literally recording while college football is going on. I hate it. I got to get to a spot in my channel that on Friday I have Saturday, Sunday, and Monday's video already uploaded, because I don't want to watch this, man. You at North Carolina, App State. This game's insane. More insane than Lamar not winning any playoff games. Josh Allen is the MVP here. And then for the rest of the NFC, we have all right. No, maybe this year we're underrated. We're going to go under the radar. We're only a game above 500. We're going up against the mighty Chicago Bears. Maybe this is everything's in our favor. Fuck! Lane Johnson did retire, so at least that gives us a little bit more money to spend on the open market. Actually, with that Lane Johnson money, we might be able to extend Dallas Goedert, which we were able to. For our final free agency, D-tackle and corner were the two positions, and you might as well spend our salary cap. So we're looking at Andrew Booth, 86 star dev corner, and Sebastian Joseph Day, who will kick back into defensive tackle if we can land both of these guys here. If maybe that's the missing piece to get this team over the hump. But I'm almost convinced at this point, Lamar Jackson's cursed. And trying to get our Lane Johnson replacement. I'm kind of torn here a little bit, but again, we'll stick with the motto: when in doubt, we'll go with the better combine and the better stats. Roy Sandler there, second in the bench press, which is pretty important. It's not as important as it used to be, but can you be normal dev? We're gonna need you to be our starting right tackle to replace Lane Johnson. Did you swing at the next best lineman? There's a chance. This is a high rating. Maybe we kick him to right tackle, even though he's severely undersized. It's Madden anyways. Draft recap, just looking for someone we can put at tackle. Whoo, okay. 73 normal dev for Sandler, 74 hidden dev for Dowling. Maybe we'll go undersized here at right tackle for the final year, searching for a playoff victory. Just one. At this point, I don't even take the Super Bowl. Just give me one. Year 5 in a rebuild that was awesome, but also now it's like turned into like I'm about to go freaking insane. Like, what's going on? Why are we always losing in the playoff? I've yet to win a playoff game. Lamar has absolutely torn the league a new one here as quarterback of the Eagles. No playoff wins. So what we did in the offense, I felt like Dowling was the great pick, the hidden dev. We already unveiled it, star. I'm going to kick him to left guard, and we're going to kick Landon Dickerson out to tackle. I mean, he played everywhere on the offensive line during his time in college, be it at Florida State, be it at Alabama. So we're going to slide him out there to right tackle, take over for Lane Johnson. Rest of the offense remains the same. Taking a look at the defense, we got Sebastian Joseph Day alongside our new X-Factor D-tackle, Jordan Davis. We also were able to land Andrew Booth at corner. So our secondary is as strong as it's been in really the whole rebuild. I assume we're going to replicate our regular season success here with Lamar. Can we get a playoff victory in 5 years? I have my doubts right now. Okay, we have a chance. The record was pretty bad, even though our team's the strongest it's been. 93 overall. We go 9-8. At least we have a chance here in the playoffs. Lamar Jackson, I assume, was absolutely dominant here again. Pretty damn good. 5,000 yards passing. We have 40 touchdowns through the air. 15 touchdowns on the ground. 55 total touchdowns. Sawyer has absolutely crushed it for us. That also needs to be said. So is Devontae Smith. Good year out of A.J. Brown and Goddard. Even Benjamin. Not too bad for a guy with F catching. 300-yard tacklers. The sacks. 11 sacks, Josh Sweat. We got a couple decent returns there on the interception front. Nothing too crazy. Yearly awards, I mean, Lamar's probably going to be right up there for the MVP. Runner-up. So he's been runner-up for MVP twice. He's won the MVP straight up once. And we are still here looking for a first playoff victory. He's quarterback of the year. Christian Berry glitched or something. That's his 3rd time he's won best lineman of the year. Must be tied to Lamar Jackson somehow. But I don't even know what I'm hoping for here. Because if Lamar loses again, then I think there's enough information at hand to say that there's something afoot. There's something that's actively working against whatever team Lamar Jackson is on. But also, if we can, somehow here in year 5, shock the world, we got a victory. It was very average, 14-9, and it took 5 freaking years. But Lamar Jackson, the Philadelphia Eagles, finally have a playoff victory, 14-9. I mean, Lamar played okay, In a low-scoring game, he got both of our touchdowns. He's responsible for it. So now we are taking on the 1-seed Commanders. Can we pull it all together here? Oh, we're going on a run! 42-31 out of nowhere at the depths. Lamar in year 5 is playing his best football. Oh, is he ever? 5 touchdowns, outdueling Jalen Hurts, oddly enough, and the Commanders. What a storyline that one was. You know what? Again, because this video is almost a response to the last little Eagles video we did, shout out to Jalen Hurts for turning his career around for the most part. So let's look at the big picture here. It is going to be us taking on the Falcons. Other side of the bracket is the Titans, and it is the Dolphins. We'll play in the moments, but also really want to go watch some college football here. So we will, if we get to the Super Bowl, we will go in front row and see what happens. And we do! And we're taking on almost like a full circle there for my channel. My first rebuild ever was Lamar Jackson, the Dolphins. And here we go with Lamar Jackson on my Philadelphia Eagles. and he's going to have to go through said Dolphins to win a Super Bowl, go down as a smart decision for the Eagles, giving up 3 first-round picks. He played well. He goes up against another quarterback with ties. Tyler Huntley is backup originally for the Baltimore Ravens. He threw 3 picks. Let's show some respect to our secondary here. Delpit with a pick, Slay, and Booth lighting it up. So it took 5 years. 5 very long, hard, grueling years. But Lamar, the Philadelphia Eagles are in the Super Bowl, and what is standing before us is the Dolphins. Winnable. Absolutely. Let's go do it. What a run Lamar Jackson is on at the depths. I'm almost like it's going to be too good to be true, and we're going to get absolutely smoked here right out the gates. But we'll see. We get the first touchdown of the game. Hold Miami to back-to-back field goals. We get the second touchdown of the game. Miami able to get a tutty there. Cut the lead to 1, but we are getting touchdowns and we have our opportunities. Miami has been getting field goals. But you never know, man. Play the moment sim. Can be weird, but look at that. They get a touchdown. We respond with an instant touchdown. It's a 5-point lead. Oh, no. They go for it on 4th down. We are down 1. It is 4. We'll come in. I have no idea what the difficulty's on either. I'm going to say it's probably default all-pro. Okay. Let's go Devontae. Burn timeout. You're welcome. I got that drive kick-started for you. Can you guys finish this one off? Do I need to do it for you? Do I need to hold your hand? Do I need to walk you guys into the end zone? Feels like it. We got a slant here on 4th and 3. At least the clock is not rolling. Might not want to test Benjamin there towards... Oh my God, wide open. Devontae Smith! Go! Oh, he's too fast! There's still time. We left them time. But that was a hell of a slants call by Nick Sirianni. Great execution from... Did we lose? Did we win? We win! Let's go! It took 5 years. But I think all things considered, man, Lamar, debatably MVP 3 times for the Philadelphia Eagles. 4 straight one-and-dones in the playoffs. For year 5 to be able to pull it all together, get the Super Bowl victory against Tua. I respect Miami for getting there. Miami has built a Super Bowl caliber team around Tua Tagovailoa, which is incredibly difficult to do. Like, I think when it comes our time to rebuild the Dolphins, that might be like pretty tough. That might be another option for like those challenge rebuilds. Trying to win a Super Bowl with Jalen Hurts. Like, can we do that? Try and win a Super Bowl with the Dolphins with Tua Tagovailoa. That could be an interesting video. Let me know in the comments if you want to see that. But we are all here for this moment. Sirianni, Lamar Jackson up on that stage with that Super Bowl victory. So that will do it for me here today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for tuning in and letting me reenact a dream that I legitimately had. Who knows what will happen? Maybe this is foreshadowing, and if it does, we'll be able to come back to this video and go, look, C4 dreamed it. But, again, thank you guys very much for watching. As always, on all of our Madden 23 uploads, if we can hit that 1,000-like goal, I would very much appreciate that. Let me know in the comment section below if you want to see any other rebuild-type challenges that aren't just centered around, a realistic rebuild or anything like that for each specific team. And I'll see you guys back here tomorrow for a new episode of our 23 Madden Panthers franchise doubleheader. There's going to be 2 games in that one, so don't miss out on that. I will see you guys then. It is time for me to go watch college football finally. Eat these ribs that I've been smoking on the Traeger all goddamn day. I can't wait for it. Thank you. Peace out. Love you.